Do you want your crypto stored by you? Not on an exchange, not in an app, and not under a service's control. As long as everything works, it may seem like the risk is minimal, but control is everything. If access to your money depends on a company, a platform, or someone else's rules, it's not truly your crypto. Ledger offers the opposite. Full personal control and offline key storage, only in the hands of the owner. Today we'll break down why millions have chosen this cold wallet, which Ledger is right for you, and in what situations it can truly save your capital. And the link to purchase directly from the official site is waiting in the description below this video. Why do you even need a cold wallet? Most people store crypto on exchanges or in mobile wallets. It's convenient and fast until one big but happens. Access can be restricted. An exchange may request documents, freeze withdrawals, or leave your region. Hot wallets are even more vulnerable. Phishing, viruses, seed leaks, phone hacks, and it's all gone. At that moment, it becomes clear. If the key belongs to the service, the control belongs to the service. A cold wallet solves this at the root. It doesn't store coins, it stores access to them, and that access belongs only to you. Ledger. How it works. Ledger is a physical device that generates a private key inside itself. The private key is created inside Ledger. It is never copied, exported, or exposed. It never leaves the device, never goes to your phone, the internet, or the cloud. Every transaction is confirmed manually on the device. Stealing crypto without the wallet and PIN code is impossible, so even if your personal computer is hacked, your phone is stolen, or the exchange burns down or disappears, your funds remain yours. How a transaction works. You create a transfer through Ledger Live or a DApp. The device displays the amount, address, and network. You confirm the action manually, with a button or touchscreen, depending on the model. The signature is generated inside Ledger. Only the signature goes to the network. The private key stays inside the device. Even if your phone is stolen, your computer infected, or the exchange ceases to exist, without Ledger and without the PIN code, nobody can access your funds. Right now, a cold wallet is the safest place for your crypto. Links to the top cold wallets are in the description of this video. Ledger device lineup. First model, Ledger Nano S+. This is the most affordable option in the entire lineup. It works via USB-C cable with no Bluetooth, simple and reliable. The screen is small but functional enough with wide network support. This option is perfect if you store crypto long-term and don't make dozens of transactions every week. If you need an inexpensive entry into cold storage, this is the starter Ledger. It works great as a primary or backup wallet for storing Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other crypto assets. Minimal entry threshold, maximum simplicity in use. A reliable choice for HODL strategies and passive portfolios. Second model, Ledger Nano X. More functional than the previous one because it works not only via cable but also via Bluetooth. That means you can connect directly from your phone without wires. The screen is slightly larger, making it more convenient, especially if you often send and receive crypto. This model is not just storage, it's a working tool. If you regularly move funds, stake, or actively use crypto, Nano X is the most comfortable option. Here you get the optimal balance of price and functionality, ideal for those who frequently transfer funds and participate in staking, convenient for mobile management through Ledger Live. Third model, Ledger Flex. This is the new generation, a large comfortable touchscreen with multiple connection options, Bluetooth, NFC, and cable. It feels less like a flash drive and more like a full-fledged crypto device. Very convenient for DeFi applications, Web3, and signing transactions across new networks. If interface comfort and dApp interaction matter to you, Flex is noticeably more enjoyable to use. Advantages, the screen lets you see the entire transaction, reducing the risk of mistakes. Perfect for those actively working with decentralized apps, bridges, NFTs, and Layer 2 networks. And their flagship, Ledger Stax. Thin, premium with the largest screen. Supports wireless charging, works via NFC and Bluetooth. The touchscreen is highly responsive and using it is simply a pleasure. This model is for those who want maximum convenience and functionality right away. If you're looking for the best Ledger available, Stax has no competition in the lineup. It's ideal as a primary device if you have a large portfolio. It delivers maximum speed when interacting with Web3 and DeFi, and essentially it feels like the iPhone of cold wallets. Why do people choose Ledger? Not because it's just a crypto flash drive, but because it's an ecosystem that works reliably and covers 95% of a user's needs. Ledger is built around a secure element inside the device. The private key is generated right there, and it never leaves. Not to your phone, not to the cloud, not to a server. Transactions are signed inside, and only the signature goes out. That's the key point. The private key always stays with you. Seed phrase and recovery. Next comes the seed phrase based on the BIP 39 standard. You can restore your wallet on any compatible device, even 10 years later. Lost your ledger? Broken? Dropped it in water? No problem. Access is restored with the seed phrase. If you want, you can add a passphrase and create a hidden wallet, a second door inside the first. This level is for those holding serious amounts and wanting to split risks. Ledger's strength isn't just the hardware, it's the ecosystem. Support for more than 15,000 tokens and networks, layer 2, multi-chains, NFTs, and all of it managed through Ledger Live. Not separate services, not a mess of apps, but one dashboard where you can see your portfolio, fees, transactions, staking, and yields. So in reality, Ledger is not just a device. It's your personal bank in your pocket, working without KYC, without freezes, and without intermediaries. Now's the perfect time to hit like on this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Ledger is reliable, but let's look at the other side. It's important not to expect magic with one click, but to use the device correctly. First, the seed phrase. It gives full access to the wallet. If someone sees it, you take a photo, lose it, or upload it to the cloud. That's it, access to your crypto is gone. Here, responsibility lies with the owner. Not with a service, not with an exchange. This is both a plus and a minus at the same time. Second, Ledger requires physical confirmation. That's security, but it's not grab your phone, tap a button, send. Sometimes you need to connect the device, enter the PIN, and confirm the transaction. For beginners, this is a bit more complex than just using a mobile wallet. Third, Ledger is not about speed, it's about control. For everyday microtransactions, there are simpler options, like NFC wallets, such as Tangem Wallet, where you just tap the card and send. Here, the process is more structured. Another point, price. Nano S Plus is affordable, but models with larger screens and more comfortable interfaces are noticeably more expensive. And this is important to understand before buying. Ledger is not the most convenient of all. Ledger is the most reliable and secure when you work thoughtfully and store capital, not just shuffling coins back and forth. Ledger Live interface overview. Now, the software that brings Ledger to life. Ledger Live. It's an application for both mobile and desktop, and it's through Ledger Live that you manage your assets. How it looks in practice. You connect your ledger, open Ledger Live. In front of you is a dashboard that immediately shows your portfolio, balance, distribution, growth, and drawdowns across assets. Here you can add any token, Bitcoin, Ethereum Layer 2, stablecoins, NFTs. The support is massive. Inside Ledger Live, you'll find everything you need, receiving and sending funds, managing multiple addresses, installing apps for different coins, viewing transactions, fees, and network speed, staking directly from the interface, connecting to DeFi protocols and DApps. The convenience is that you don't need to jump between websites and wallets. Everything is gathered in one place, like personal crypto banking. You open it, choose a coin, click send or receive, and then confirm with the device. Simple, structured, no unnecessary steps. Ledger Live does not store the private key. It only interacts with the device. So even if your phone is infected, a transaction cannot be signed without Ledger. That's the essence. The interface is convenient, but the security remains with the hardware. How to connect your Ledger? First, setup and wallet creation. Turn on Ledger, select Create New Wallet. The device generates a 24-word seed phrase. In the box, there are special cards for writing it down. Use those. Do not photograph it, do not save it in notes, do not upload it to the cloud, only physical storage. Ledger displays the words one by one, you write them down, then the wallet checks you to ensure the phrase is correctly saved. From this moment, access to assets exists only for the owner of the seed phrase. Creating a PIN code. The next step is the PIN. This is the local password for the device. If Ledger is stolen, found, or someone tries to connect it, without the PIN, the wallet is useless. Set your PIN, confirm, done. Without the PIN, funds cannot be withdrawn. Adding coins and creating an address. Open the Ledger Live app, go to Accounts, Add Account. Choose, for example, Bitcoin, Ethereum, USDT, TRC20, requires the Tron network. Ledger automatically installs the necessary apps. To receive crypto, click Receive. Ledger shows the address on its own screen. Verify it manually. This is crucial. Even if your personal computer is infected, Ledger always displays the true address. If it matches, everything is safe, except sending your first transaction. In Ledger Live, select Send. Enter the recipient's address and the amount. Ledger displays the details on the device screen. Only after manual confirmation does the transaction go to the network. Until you physically press confirm, nobody can withdraw your funds. Connecting to MetaMask for DeFi and Web3. Open MetaMask, connect hardware wallet, choose Ledger. The address is imported, but the key stays inside the device. MetaMask never stores the seed. This means MetaMask could be hacked, but nothing can be withdrawn. Every transaction requires confirmation on Ledger. Real example, swap in DeFi. Go to Uniswap or any DEX. Choose, for example, swap Ethereum to USDT. Click swap, MetaMask sends the request, Ledger shows the transaction details. You check, confirm, receive USDT. NFT, Web3, Layer 2. Buying, selling, minting NFTs, working with Arbitrum, Optimism, ZK Sync, and other L2 networks. All follow the same principle. A request appears, Ledger shows the details, you confirm manually. If Ledger is lost, your assets don't disappear, they're on the blockchain. Get a new Ledger, restore wallet, enter your 24 words, access is back. Ledger can be lost. The seed phrase cannot. If you enjoy watching this video and like the way it's presented, join our Telegram channel. There you'll find daily useful posts from our team, and you already know where the link is. If you're dealing not only with coins but also with Web3, Ledger supports it. Through Ledger Live, you can hold NFTs on Ethereum, Polygon, BNB Chain, Avalanche, and other networks, track collections, view transactions, and safely confirm operations. Your tokens don't sit inside the app. The key to them is inside the device, which means they cannot be stolen remotely. Layer 2 networks also work. Arbitrum, Optimism, ZK Sync, Base. Any decentralized applications, supported by MetaMask, or another Web3 wallet can be connected through Ledger. So if you want to interact with DeFi, farm, swap tokens, or mint NFTs, all of this is possible, but with hardware protection. The scenario is always the same. Open a DApp, connect via a Web3 wallet, Ledger asks for confirmation, you press the button or touch screen, the transaction is sent. In short, Ledger gives you the Web3 capabilities of hot wallets, but without the risk that someone could sign a transaction on your behalf. Pretty cool, right? Who Ledger is not for. Ledger is an excellent choice for long-term storage, DeFi, and secure asset management. But let's be honest, it's not for everyone. If you want the experience of just tapping your phone, paying, walking away, then Tangem is simpler and faster. It's an NFC card with instant confirmation, no seed phrase, maximum convenience, but less control. If budget matters more than features, SafePal is cheaper, and it's a good option for starting out or for smaller amounts. Its functionality is often enough, but the level of security and ecosystem is more basic. Links to Tangem and SafePal wallets along with our reviews are in the description below this video. Ledger is the choice when control and protection are the priority, not speed or minimal effort. Where simplicity is all that's needed, there are lighter options. But if ownership and management truly matter, Ledger wins. So, to sum up, Ledger, maximum security, control, and flexibility. SafePal, cheaper but simpler. Tangem, the fastest and most convenient for everyday access. If you want to protect your capital, choose Ledger. If ease of use is more important, look at the alternatives. Which Ledger is right for you? If you're just moving into cold storage and want a reliable wallet without overpaying, Nano S Plus is the perfect start. Simple, secure, and cheaper than the rest. If you often move funds, work from your phone, and don't want to constantly plug in a cable, Nano X is the most convenient working option. Bluetooth takes care of half the routine. If you're into DeFi, DApps, Layer 2, NFTs, and need a larger screen, comfortable signing, and a smooth interface, Ledger Flex is the choice for active Web3 users. If you want maximum design, convenience, screen size, and functionality, if you want the best of the best, Ledger Stax is the flagship, the premium experience, for those who value comfort as much as security. Wrapping up, If you want your crypto access to belong only to you, without the risk of exchange freezes, seed leaks, or unexpected surprises, Ledger gives exactly that: control, independence, and security. The link to the official store is in the description below this video. Go ahead, choose your model, get your cold wallet, and finally store crypto the way those who are here for the long run do. If this video was helpful, support it with a like, drop a comment about which ledger you chose and why. And we'll keep creating content that makes Web3 clearer and safer. See you in the next video.